question for today, even as we start our video: do you pray every day? Do you have a place of prayer? Have you been consistently praying every day? This is a question every Christian has to ask themselves. Welcome everybody, welcome back on this channel. And today I want to share about a growing disciple really praying every day. So, prayer is a very, very big topic, and people have a lot of analogies and teachings about prayer. But you are a Christian and you are born again, and you have a Father in heaven. I'm just asking myself how many times you meet and talk with your Father every day. It's what prayer means. The Bible says in Daniel 6:10 that now when Daniel knew that the writing was signed, he went home and in his upper room with his windows opened toward Jerusalem. Next step says, he knelt down on his knees 3 times that day and prayed and gave thanks before his God, as was his custom since early days. As was his custom since early days. When does something become a custom? It becomes a custom when you do it every day, when it becomes part of you. So if Daniel really had all the issues of being a captive, or being a stranger, or being a slave, or being a believer in a perverse world, having a hard job, a difficult job because he worked in almost 3 generations, being very young, and being a unique man, no children, mercy Lord. And then he remembered that he had to visit and pray to God every day as a disciple. What about you? Don't you think that as a Christian you really need to meet God every day? So, we know that Jesus used to do this. The Bible says in Luke 5:16, so he himself often withdrew into the wilderness and prayed. Often is a word that is used in the present simple tense, and the present simple tense talks about something you do every day. So when the Bible says he himself often withdrew, it is something Jesus used to do every day. He could go out every day. Now Peter and John went up together in the temple at the hour of prayer, the 9th hour. There is a specific time for you to pray every day. As Acts 3:1 says, many Christians really don't have time to pray, and many are busy with their work. Others don't have a specific time for prayer. Others prayer comes as a coincidence when they have an issue, when they have a problem, and then they neglect the fact that they have to be meeting their Father each and every day. It's a fight, born again Christian. It is a fight to pray every day. And some of the hacks for praying every day are: number 1, you have to pray daily. That means set an alarm. Set an alarm for prayer a long while before you start work. That is very early in the morning, as Jesus used to really pray very, very early in the morning. Have an alarm, have some music in the background, dedicate yourself to pray for an hour. Make sure you meet that time every day. Have dimensions of prayer, go for outreaches. The thing is, you have to pray every day to meet your Father. And here, praying doesn't mean begging for things, but it means to have a communion, a time spent alone with God. More so if you are a minister, because Bishop Doug says that a proper Christian really has to pray for an hour, and a pastor has to pray for 3 hours. So if you are a pastor and you don't even make an hour, so first become a Christian, pray for an hour, then you become a pastor that you can pray for 3 hours every day. Have an alarm, have music, make sure you meet God every day. The question you ask yourself is, do you have a place of prayer? Number 2, as a physical space in your room, do you have a corner where you kneel down and pray? What is your set time of prayer? If you've never set that time, or a timer, or a place, it is your time that you're going to fall back as a Christian. You will have to fix it by having time of prayer. And the recommendation Apostle says is that you may pray for an hour every day. Make sure you pray for 10 hours at least a week. Alright, I know your prayer life is going to change because you are a growing disciple. Thank you for listening today. See you next time.